Okay, guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. So, I feel like every few months, TikTok has a must have item, and people completely lose their minds over this item, whatever that item is. Like, suddenly, it's going to be the end of the world if you do not have said item. We've seen it recently with Stanley Cups, then Labubu dolls, and at this point, the pattern is pretty obvious. These trends have a full, honestly, pretty short life cycle. Take the Stanley Cups, for example. People went feral for these, and now we don't even hear about them. But people were spending $40+ on these water bottles, lining up before stores even opened, literally fighting each other over them. Only for a lot of them to end up sitting on thrift store shelves, which, let's be honest, is probably the better outcome compared to where most of them probably ended up, the landfill. But at least with Stanley Cups, they had a function, they had a purpose. Realistically, you only need one or two, and they could probably last you a lifetime because soap and water. The endless colors, the accessories, that's where the overconsumption came with all of the Stanley Cup craze, but the product itself, it was functional. I don't think any of us can argue that, which is more than I can say about the latest TikTok obsession. Dumpling squishy toys. Yeah, you heard that right. People, fully grown adults included, especially over on TikTok, are going crazy over these things. And what makes this trend worse is that there's no real purpose behind them. The entire appeal is trying to get the rare dumpling. So now you have people buying them in bulk, entire cases at a time, chasing that one rare version of the squishy. It's basically overconsumption for the sake of overconsumption, buying just to buy, hoping for a viral moment. Unlike the Stanley Cup, with these toys, you can't make the argument, well, at least they'll get used. Because these are not items that really serve much of a function. They're not keepsake items. They are cheap, sticky toys that collect, you know the kind. We actually talked about these type of squishy toys in my in a recent video I did. These type of toys collect everything. I mean, that could be their function. You go around your house and you pick up all of the lint and pet hair and all the just dirt and dust. That's what these toys do. You basically use the toys once, maybe twice, and that's it. Then they get thrown away. So no, these are not becoming collector's items. They're not even really becoming toys. They are basically disposable. And that's why these might just be the worst overconsumption trend that we have seen so far that has stemmed from TikTok. So let's, no pun intended, unpack this. Okay, so first of all, what even are these things? Because if you are anything like me, you are probably thinking, what am I missing? Because if people are going this crazy over something, they're buying them in bulk, they're fighting each other, there must be a reason. Spoiler alert, there's not. They're basically just fidget toys. They're squishy, stretchy, kind of tacky to the touch. Again, like I said, picking up everything in their paths. And that's what it is. That is the squishy dumpling toy. They're designed to look like dumplings. They come in a little container, like you're getting dumplings. You open it up, there's the dumpling. They come in different shapes, colors, and there are rare kinds of dumpling squishies. There's a gold one that everybody is chasing. You can find them at places like Five Below, usually priced anywhere from about $5 to $15. But because of the whole rare dumpling, people are just buying one. They're not even just buying two or three. They are buying tons and tons at once, trying to get their hands on that rare dumpling. And what's interesting about this trend is it's not just kids. Everyone is buying into this because you have kids unboxing these on TikTok, and then right alongside them, people well into their 40s doing the exact same thing. And because these squishies are relatively cheap, they are mass produced, it kind of lowers the barrier into just buying them, to getting your hands on them. So instead of grabbing one or two, people are walking out with handfuls, or in some cases, clearing out the entire display just to increase their chances of getting the rare one. It's basically like Willy Wonka minus the whole chance to possibly win something really cool, like going into a chocolate factory. No, you're just buying into a bunch of garbage in hopes that you win the gold colored garbage. And when I tell you I noticed more adults on TikTok doing these unboxing, I'm not kidding. I'm going to show you an example right now.
$150 later, but we bought every single dumpling. Let's go ahead and unbox them. I'm not gonna lie, I am so nervous. Well, this is the first one, off to a bad start. Literally, what even is this color? Okay, next. This feels like an addiction. If I do not get the glitter one, I'm going to Five Below. Okay, next one. Come on, please, 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 please. Why does this one feel better? All right. What is with all the purple? This better not be a theme. Don't tell me I got a box with all purple. Like, do not even play with me. At least I didn't get any yellows yet. No. No. There is a graveyard of dumplings next to me. Like, I'm actually freaking out. Okay. No! Like, why? Why did I not get a glitter one? Yeah, I opened like freaking 15. Oh my god. Oh. So the theme is purple and the theme is pink and it needs to stop. I genuinely think I've been scammed. What is going on? This is our remaining one. Come back for part 2.
So, yeah, you can kind of see this isn't some prized possession that people are just so excited to get their hands on. No, they're buying them in hopes that they get a specific one. That's it. You saw she was throwing them the second she realized they were not the rare one. And what is she going to do with all of those? And someone could argue, like, oh, it's okay for someone to have one or two or be a little collection of those type of fidgety toys to keep them busy. But that many, the amount that not just her, so many people are buying in mass quantities, no, those are going straight to the landfill. Nobody is going to be using that many. Again, if you watch these unboxing, there's barely any real excitement. It's just, yay, a blue one, you know? Because it's not about the item, it's about the hunt. If they don't find that rare squishy in their hunt, it just means nothing to them. And honestly, for the sake of this video, let's argue that Labubus were better than this squishy dumpling toy. I did not get the hype, personally. I thought they looked a little bit creepy, but at least there was some level of value there. They weren't as mass produced, they were more expensive, and you couldn't just buy 50 at a time, so opening one probably felt more special. When you're limited to one or two of them, there's just naturally going to be more excitement. But when you're tearing through dozens and dozens of nearly identical squishy dumplings, hoping one might be rare, it sort of feels robotic. A lot of these reactions that I was watching felt robotic. There was no emotion, just like, cool, purple one, next, next. They weren't actually that excited. They just seemed so focused on chasing that rare item, hoping to catch a viral moment, not actually enjoying the process. Because at the end of the day, they're not actually caring about the item itself. They're not using it, they're not displaying it. It's basically just open for a quick second. Oh, this isn't it. You know, thrown in a corner, thrown in a drawer, thrown in a garbage can, completely forgotten about. And the thing is, like I already said, I'll probably say it one or two more times, this is meant for kids. And I'm not saying that adults, you know, they can't have fun, they can't participate, but at the end of the day, this was created for kids. And yet we have adults hoarding as many of these squishy dumpling toys as possible, even fighting over them. Watch this.
Like, this is unnecessary. You think our kids would act this way, but apparently it's...
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was crazy.
The kids should only be allowed to buy one. That kid does not be right. Her mom is free selling them. Look at this line. It's not there. She was out in line. She was out in line bragging. Oh, all right, well, that's her belly. Are you buying another 5? Yeah. See, she's doing... That's it. 5 for family. So you get 5. Why is the line not moving?
One of the clips I showed you was Neatos. I kind of thought they were the same thing. They're also some type of squishy toy, so pretty similar. Also, something people are lining up for and going crazy over. So that's why I put that clip in too, because it's just as ridiculous. Because adults should not be fighting over a squishy toy. Is this squishy toy really that serious? Can you imagine fighting another adult over a plastic squishy dumpling toy? I mean, really? Anyone? Maybe this is me getting older and prioritizing sleep and peace, but nothing, and I mean nothing, is worth lining up in a massive line of people before the store even opens, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, fighting someone over. Nothing is worth that for me, ever. It's not going to happen. I feel like this is the Cabbage Patch Kids doll, that whole thing all over again. I think Cabbage Patch Kids were a little more serious though, from what the stories my mom tells me at least. But still, it just shows that even decades later, with or without TikTok, people go craziest over the dumbest things. But it also brings up the issue of adults buying so many that they aren't even leaving enough for the actual kids that the product was intended for. And I've seen this before over the years with all different types of kids' toys. And you could argue money is money. Who cares who's buying the product as long as they are purchasing it with their own money? But I kind of feel like it's crappy to hoard children's toys all for yourself if you're an adult. Like, get one if you want it or two, but hoarding all of that so no one else, no kids get it? It's just kind of crappy. Maybe that's just me who thinks that. Let me know.
So we went to Target, bought the whole box dumplings. The workers didn't even put these on the shelf yet, and we bought them all. Just a disclaimer, we're not greedy. All four of us are sharing these. We all got 5 each.
I mean, you see in the video I just showed you, that was a group of grown women saying that they bought all of those dumplings before they even hit the shelves. I saw one comment say, "I'm glad you got so many duplicates because my kids couldn't even get one." I saw other comments saying, "People are just jealous because they can't get one." And it's like, yeah, how are people supposed to get one if we have groups of people going in together and hoarding before they even get on the shelves?
Yeah, what the heck? This is insane. I was at the gym and my mom told me to come outside because she had a surprise and showed up with 2 cases of the dumplings. So let's unbox them. We're gonna start off with the mini dumplings because I never had these. I already have enough, so all of these are gonna go to my sisters. 2, 3. It's a glitter! Oh, wait, it's just a purple. Cute! I actually love this. Second one. Aww! It's green or yellow. I don't know. Yellow green. Yin. It's blue! Yay! We haven't gotten a duplicate yet. Next one. 2, 1. Another blue! Maybe I'll keep this one instead of giving it to my sister. Next one. 3, 2, 1. Another blue! Yay. 2 more.
And with all of these unboxing videos comes squishy dumpling unboxing crash outs. I think I said that right, but people basically crashing out because they didn't get the color squishy dumpling that they wanted.
Why is it blue again?
Oh my god, I do not want to be here.
Oh no. I'm
Not going well.
about to start crying. I'm about to start
Oh,
crying.
this one's like that other one.
What do you mean? Okay.
Wow. Oh shit. This is not going well.
Okay, glitter.
Let me see it first. Can you see?
Okay, one last chance. It better be glitter, mama.
Anything but these 2 colors. Let me see first.
What is this?
So even though these squishy dumpling toys have been around for, I've seen people saying they've been around for a couple years, a year, I don't know. But more recently is when they started really taking off. And with that, of course, TikTok Shop had to cash in. So now you have people making TikTok Shop videos with dupes of the dumplings saying, oh, my kids have no idea these aren't the real thing. They just want to unbox them. They don't care where they come from. Go to my TikTok Shop link to get yours because they're going to sell out fast, which is only creating further waste. And side note, people always say on TikTok Shop, it's going to sell out fast. Hit the link. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Y'all, there's no need to be at Five Below at opening anymore because look what I found in TikTok Shop. I feel sure I won't have this long that Adeline will come and steal it from me. But y'all, look, I got a gold glitter squishy. Y'all, these things are so hard to find. My daughter and I have looked high and low for them. And all we had to do is look in TikTok Shop. Y'all get them while they're available because they're gonna sell out.
It's kind of ridiculous because she's saying, guys, these are so hard to find. Are they though? Because apparently all we need to do is go to that convenient little link that you have posted and we can buy as many as we want, any colors that we want. And doesn't that kind of completely defeat the point? Like, I'm not defending this trend, obviously, but isn't the whole appeal the chase, the hunt for the rare dumplings? Isn't that the whole purpose of this? Going to the store, hoping you'll find the rare one. I mean, if you can just go online and buy the exact dumpling you want, then what's the purpose? I feel like at that point, it's not for the experience. It's just buying stuff for the sake of buying stuff, just to say like, oh, I also have the same one that this person has. So there was this dad on TikTok and he noticed that with one or I think a couple of the dumplings that he bought, that there was a really strong odor coming off of the dumplings, and days later, that odor was not going anywhere. So he decided to run a little experiment to see what was actually going on and how potentially toxic these things might be. Because, like we've already gone over, even though adults are hoarding them, this is a children's toy. So he did a little experiment, and his findings were really scary.
So my daughter brought home one of these viral squishy dumplings the other day, and I noticed a very, very strong smell coming off of them. So I went ahead, got 2 of my own, put them in a bag with a VOC meter as a little experiment, just to see what I would get. And to be quite honest, I did not think it would be this bad. We're at a serious level. VOCs are in the 6.7 in the sixes range milligrams per meters cubed. This is a children's toy meant for kids ages 3 and up. And I'm in Canada, and Health Canada is supposed to be regulating this stuff. It's still going up. So these are coming out of China. They're obviously not getting tested. I've already sent an email to Health Canada about this. Keep in mind, things like paint, anything is regulated so that this doesn't happen. Okay? And this is a children's toy, so the quality should be even better. 3 and up is what the box says. Ages 3 and up. Kids are putting these up to their faces, in their mouths. They're busting them. The filling's coming out and going all over the place. Keep in mind, this is what the ambient air quality of my house looks like. Much, much different, as you can see. Crazy. And just as a control, this is where we're at with a empty bag, because all plastic products are going to release some type of VOCs, but as you can see, we're still in the green here. And this is out of the bag, meter sitting on top. As you can see, we're going up, continuing to go up, and this is again outside the bag, so children's toy for ages 3 and up. I think we're about leveled off there, but we're definitely in the red, as you can see. Getting a little closer to 2 milligrams per meters cubed, but you get my point. And just for fun, we're going to hold the meter over a literal can of paint. We spiked up a bit and then came back down a little, but do you want your children's toy to be less safe than a can of paint from the hardware store?
And I know, I feel like I can already hear people saying, everything is toxic nowadays, pick your poison. But I don't know, maybe that should be more of a reason not to rush out to the store and buy shelves worth of this toy. And beyond the trend, beyond the toy, I feel like that only adds more of a layer to this. One that people aren't thinking about. Kids might play with this toy and this toxic toy at that for a few minutes, but the workers who are making this toy, they're the ones who are around these materials all day, every day that they're working, constantly having to breathe it in. And as the demand for these toys continue to grow, so do these workers' exposure. And I know this is an issue for a lot of mass-produced things, clothes and whatnot, and it's an issue that needs to be figured out. Don't get me wrong. But this is a squishy dumpling toy that's going straight into the garbage can about a minute after it's opened in most cases. So yeah, it's not just about a squishy toy. There's a lot more tied into this than what people realize, and all for what? In hopes you happen to unbox a rare one, and then what? Have 50 of these sitting around your house for how long? These remind me of like paper plates. You use them real quick and you throw them away. Completely pointless. So let's talk about why people are doing this. In my opinion, there are two main reasons. Number one, the experience. And I get that. It's something to do. It's the thrill of the chase. It's the little dopamine hit of maybe this time I'll get the rare one. And I do understand the appeal of that. But at the same time, I do feel like there are better ways to get that feeling. Ways that actually leave you with something more than a pile of garbage. Maybe it's time to bring back things like Pokemon Go or geocaching. Are those still a thing? Because at least with something like that, you're getting out of the house, you're moving around, you're maybe even interacting with other people. It's still a shared experience, still has the hunt element, but without feeding into the cycle of overconsumption. I remember when I would hear people kind of poking fun at others who were playing Pokemon Go, but honestly, I was always like, wait a second. People are getting outside, they're walking around, they're having fun. They're not hurting anyone. Why is that the thing that we're criticizing? But even aside from those, just picking up a hobby, something you can actually challenge yourself with and grow into, feels like a much better option. And the second reason I think that a lot of people, especially adults, are participating in this trend is for views. I think that a lot of them see it as a really quick way to grow on TikTok because people like unboxing videos. So it becomes this calculation of, okay, I can spend around $100 or so on these, film unboxing videos, and maybe make that money back or more if the video takes off. And in turn, it helps grow their page. So it's not really about the toy, it's about the potential payoff from the content that the toy can bring. Honestly, it feels like another type of high that they're chasing, not just hoping that they'll find the rare squishy dumpling, but hoping that the reaction itself goes viral. And the annoying part about that is it's not even a bad plan, because whether we like it or not, that strategy, it works. And in the process, this trend and just overconsumption in general, it just keeps getting rewarded and continues to get worse. Okay, but I think that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you think the worst overconsumption trend is that we have seen come from TikTok. I kind of think it's this one, but let me know what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you are subscribed. Thank you as always for being here. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.